Hi, Dave Roscoe here. My video today is late. What I originally wanted to make a video about was short-circuited by another video that I saw that was on the African Giant channel. And I'll post a link to this video in the description. And what he talks about is a panel that was held by the Pi Core team. What they did was solicit video and written nominations for a provisional community, essentially a board of governance for the Pi network as part of their goals for for decentralization. They talked about lots of things like what types of people they want and how long they should run and that sort of thing. One of the other topics for discussion was the possibility of ending in-app mining. This is one of those things that's been hinted at in the past. To be honest with you, it just slipped my mind until I saw this video. I wanted to talk about that. But before we do, let's go over some of the metrics from the last 24 hours. Looking at the Pi Block Explorer, the circulating supply remains unchanged at 6.763 billion, which is, again, no change from yesterday, indicating that there have been, once again, no new migrations. So migrations are still paused. Locked migrations are down by 66.83 thousand. Unlocked migrations are up by 66.83 thousand. So that indicates that the only activity here is some locked migrations have since been unlocked. I don't know when they're going to resume migrations, but they're still working through the mess that occurred because of wallet hacks. Now, let me talk about wallet hacks. People are blaming the Pi Core team. It is not their fault. This is not a Netflix password, people. This is money. Okay, this is like your bank account. If you can't protect it with strong passwords, or if you got scammed into giving away your passphrase and now your Pi is gone, that's on you. The Pi Core team could have done something to help protect you from yourself, but they didn't have to. They're doing it now. That is the rollout of the two-factor authentication, which is itself holding up further migrations. Yeah, you can argue that maybe the Pi Core team should have done this up front. The bottom line is your wallets got hacked because you made a mistake, and it's not the Pi Core team's fault. Getting back to the metrics, if you look at CoinMarketCap right now, the current price is 82 cents, which is up to 0.5% from 24 hours. With a volume of $401 million, which is up 22% from the last 24 hours. The market cap is at 5.59 billion, which is up 2.5% from yesterday. And the cryptocurrency ranking puts Pi Network at 24th overall. It's a far cry from 11th, but it is what it is. I'm only providing facts here. So let's talk about Pi mining. There have been hints. There's been nothing explicit about this, but there have been hints that the in-app mining might go away. The in-app mining was introduced as an enticement for early adoption. They've implemented several changes to the mining algorithm over the years. And it's been pretty stable for quite a while with a series of halvings and a mining rate that adjusts itself based on the number of active miners. And that has since also been adjusted to account for the amount of coin that is entering the market. Now, not directly because they don't know what's entering the market, but based on what's unlocking from locked up Pi. So all of these things factor into what the mining rate is. And It is pretty darn low right now. Last I checked, it was something like 0.0029 or something like that. And that would take a long time just based on base rate alone to mine 1 pi. So already for newcomers, it's pretty disadvantageous to mine within the app, but there are ways to improve that. You can fill in your security circle. You can invite other people. You can run a node, and you can participate in the ecosystem. Using apps within the Pi browser and the Pi browser itself counts as utility usage and will increase your mining rate. African Giant raises a good point. For somebody who's coming into this new and is not mining, they have the option to buy Pi on the exchanges. And the question is, well, why would I buy Pi if I can go in the app and mine it for free? And the quick answer to that is yeah, it's not that great, because if you can easily buy 1,000 Pi, but to mine 1,000 Pi would take you quite a while. That argument is kind of weak too, because there are people in this app who have thousands of active miners in their earning team. They can make a lot of Pi in a day. Yeah, why buy Pi if you can mine it? And the people who've been in this for a long time and have a large network are at an advantage. And that was fine for early adoption. But now that Pi is on open mainnet and trading on the exchanges, that proposition no longer holds. And it is causing some tension between the buyers on the open market and the miners. The Pi core team has said all along that there would be adjustments, up to and including elimination of in-app mining. And I remember this question coming up when they reached 10 million active miners, and there was a vote on it. They had decided to continue in-app mining, instead adjust mining rates to make it less beneficial. I remember myself voting to end mining, but it has been implied that in place of mining, as the network grew, they would adopt other ways to incentivize participation in the ecosystem. In a 2021 Pi chat moderator response, which was endorsed by the core team, he or she was quoted as saying, eventually, mining may stop altogether or change significantly in nature, especially after open mainnet. During a 2023 developer conference, the core team focused heavily on building real-world utility, enabling decentralized app adoption, and shifting from user acquisition to user retention and engagement. Already in 2023, they were shifting away from the goal of growing the network and instead looking at how they could retain their existing base and get them more involved in the ecosystem and the implementation of the Pi core team's goals. This message strongly hints that mobile mining, originally meant to bootstrap adoption, would lose relevance as Pi matures. And now that open mainnet is here, maybe this is going to be revisited. Open mainnet marks a turning point where mobile mining becomes less necessary as a growth engine. So what could replace mobile mining? The Pi core team has floated future models like earning Pi through contribution via app development or staking, providing ecosystem rewards instead of passive mining, and task-based micromining or proof of utility models. As the network progresses, there is an emphasis on rewarding more diverse forms of pioneer contributions necessary for ecosystem building and utility creation. This indicates a strategic shift from solely mining-based rewards to other forms of participation. A lot of people may think that this is unfair because early adopters got to mine this, and now people coming in who are suddenly interested in Pi are seeing greatly reduced benefits from in-app mining, and now the possibility of it going away altogether. Think about Bitcoin. When Bitcoin was new, you could mine it on your home PC, and mined dozens of Bitcoin per day for free. As time went on, it became increasingly more difficult and computationally expensive to mine Bitcoin, to the point where now it requires huge data centers all competing against each other just to get one block. And all of that computational power and money is wasted if somebody beats you to it. The idea of mining going away is not new. Almost all cryptocurrencies have a system that ultimately disincentivizes mining, whether that be through increased proof of work or lower rewards for mining itself. The ending of mining is not the end of the line. The value of pi will be based on the realization of utility and adoption. The best way to do that is to get their network of dedicated pioneers to do more to help that happen, because in order to grow, the Pi network has to grow its utility and spread its adoption. In the future, Pi will be used to buy goods, pay for services, and access dApps. Again, people got excited because you can mine for free, and they're getting it now and they're doing that. But remember, this started 6 years ago, and people have been mining for free all that time. So I wanted to share that with you because it's a big deal. I don't know when it's going to happen, and I don't know for sure that it's going to happen. Already, the benefits of mining are diminished pretty significantly from the early years. And new pioneers coming in have a lot of work to do if they want to get anywhere near a decent mining rate. So already, the most effective way to get a significant amount of Pi is to buy it on the exchanges. And in order to create that demand for people to want it, we have to now deliver on true utility and focusing on adoption through the ease of use of that utility and the breadth of dApps and services that accept Pi. This is all part of the evolution of the Pi network, and Open Mainnet was only a step on that path. The work continues, and we now have to deliver on the remainder of our goals. So remember, the success of Pi network begins with you. Pi to the moon. Peace.